Living in Japan. The pros and cons. Living in Japan is an experience unlike any other. From the unique culture to the bustling cities, it's an adventure that many people feel drawn to explore. But while there are certainly many advantages to living in such a vibrant country, there are also some potential disadvantages. In this video, we'll discuss both the pros and cons of living in Japan, so you can make an informed decision about whether or not it's right for you. We'll look at factors like climate, language barriers, cost of living, and cultural differences so that you can get a better sense of what life would be like if you choose to move here. No matter your lifestyle preference or financial situation, understanding these pros and cons will help ensure that your time spent in Japan is as enjoyable and rewarding as possible. Pros. 1. Japan is a very beautiful country. One of the biggest pros of living in Japan is the natural beauty that the country has to offer. From the snowy mountains of Hokkaido to the tropical beaches of Okinawa, there is a wealth of stunning scenery to explore. Even in the major cities, such as Tokyo and Kyoto, the careful blend of traditional and modern architecture creates a unique and attractive urban landscape. Whether it's the delicate beauty of cherry blossom season or the fiery hues of autumn leaves, the changing seasons in Japan offer a continuous array of natural wonders. Living in Japan means having the opportunity to immerse oneself in this beauty and appreciate it as part of daily life. 2. Japanese people's hospitality is remarkable. Another significant pro of living in Japan is the remarkable hospitality of the Japanese people. From a young age, Japanese children are taught to value and prioritize kindness and respect for others. This leads to a strong cultural expectation of hospitality towards visitors and outsiders. Whether you are a resident or a tourist, you will find that Japanese people are incredibly friendly and welcoming, always ready to offer assistance and guidance. From the carefully crafted presentation of food to the personalized customer service in stores and restaurants, the hospitality of the Japanese people is unparalleled. Living in Japan means experiencing firsthand the warmth and generosity of a culture that values community and human connection. 3. Japan has an excellent public transport system. The transport system in Japan is one of the most efficient and reliable in the world, and it is a significant advantage of living in the country. The train system in particular is incredibly punctual, with even the busiest lines running on time to the second. Trains are also clean, spacious, and comfortable, making commuting a pleasant experience. The extensive network of subways and buses in the cities provides an additional option for getting around. It is possible to travel across the country quickly and conveniently using the bullet trains. And with the Japan Rail Pass, you can travel on most lines for a discounted price. Living in Japan means enjoying a stress-free and well-connected transport system that makes it easy to explore the country. 4. It is very safe. Japan is renowned for being one of the safest countries in the world, making it a significant advantage of living in the country. Crime rates are exceptionally low, and violent crime is almost unheard of even in the busiest cities. People can walk around at any time of day or night with a sense of security that is hard to find in many other countries. This safety is due in part to the strict laws and effective policing, but is also a reflection of the general sense of order and respect that is ingrained in Japanese culture. Living in Japan means having the peace of mind that comes with feeling safe and secure, even in unfamiliar surroundings. 5. The food and water are very clean. The cleanliness of Japanese food and water is another significant pro of living in Japan. Japanese cuisine is world-renowned for its quality, freshness, and unique taste. The country's traditional dishes are known for their health benefits, using fresh and natural ingredients. The government has strict regulations for food hygiene, and the preparation of food is held to the highest standards. As a result, you can eat at any restaurant or buy food from any store with the confidence that the food is of high quality and safe to eat. In addition, the tap water in Japan is clean and safe to drink, which means you can save money on bottled water and reduce plastic waste. Japan is a country with an appreciation for cleanliness and hygiene, and this is evident in every aspect of life, including food and water. Living in Japan means enjoying a healthy and safe diet without having to worry about the quality of food or the safety of the water supply. Cons. 1. Language. Living in Japan presents its own unique set of challenges, one of which is the difficulty of the Japanese language. Japanese is a complex language with 3 writing systems and numerous levels of politeness that can make it difficult to master. Even for those who are fluent, there are often nuances that require native-level understanding. Without proper knowledge and practice, living in Japan can be very frustrating as many everyday activities such as ordering food or asking for directions rely heavily on speaking and reading Japanese. For non-Japanese citizens, learning the basics may take a few months, but mastering the language could take years, depending on how much time you dedicate to study it. 2. Inflexible work culture. Living in Japan can be challenging due to the country's inflexible work culture. Working hours tend to be long, with employees expected to stay late and put in extra time on weekends. It is also difficult for workers to take vacation days or leave early, as this is seen as a sign of disrespect towards their superiors. Additionally, there are few laws protecting pregnant women or those with disabilities from discrimination in the workplace, meaning they may not get the same opportunities and respect that other employees do. This lack of flexibility means it can be hard for people living in Japan to balance their personal life with their professional one. 3. Earthquakes and natural disasters. Living in Japan can be a great experience, but it also carries some risks. One of the most significant potential hazards is earthquakes and other natural disasters. Japan is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area that experiences frequent seismic activity due to its location near several tectonic plates. As such, Japan is prone to powerful and destructive earthquakes, as well as tsunamis and volcanic eruptions. In 2011, a 9.0 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Tohoku, causing widespread destruction throughout northern Japan, including a devastating tsunami that killed thousands of people and caused extensive damage to infrastructure and buildings. The risk from these events cannot be overstated. Even smaller earthquakes can cause serious disruption, with transportation networks being shut down for hours or days at a time while repair work takes place. Additionally, living in certain areas may require building codes specifically designed to withstand seismic tremors, which could affect housing costs significantly if you are buying or renting property in one of those regions. As such, it is important to consider the risks of living in Japan before making a decision to move there. 4. Blaming of foreigners. Living in Japan as a foreigner can be an isolating experience. Foreigners are often blamed for problems or issues that arise, even if they had nothing to do with it. This blaming of foreigners is known as gaiatsu, and it's become increasingly common due to the influx of immigrants over the past few decades. Gaiatsu creates a hostile environment for people who don't fit the traditional Japanese mold, those who look different, dress differently, speak differently, etc. It also makes many feel like outsiders in their own homes. Gaiatsu is not only unfair but also dangerous. It can lead to xenophobia and racism in public spaces such as train stations or parks, where foreigners may be targeted just because of how they look or sound. Unfortunately, this kind of behavior is becoming more common throughout Japan, despite recent efforts from human rights organizations to raise awareness about these issues and promote tolerance. It's essential that we all work together to ensure a safe, welcoming environment for everyone in Japan, regardless of their nationality or background. 5. Inability to fully assimilate. Living in Japan can be a great experience, but it may not be suitable for everyone. One of the main cons is that it can be hard to fully assimilate into Japanese culture. Different language barriers and cultural norms make it difficult for foreigners to fit in with their Japanese counterparts. Additionally, due to Japan's history of isolationism, there are still some social stigmas attached to non-Japanese people, which makes assimilation even harder. It is important for newcomers to understand that learning the language and customs is an essential part of integrating into society, as locals may feel uncomfortable around those who do not share these values. Living in Japan is an exciting experience that comes with its own unique set of challenges. While there are many pros to living here, such as the efficient public transportation system and delicious cuisine, there are also cons to consider, like the language barrier and cultural differences. Living in Japan is an exciting experience that comes with its own unique set of challenges. While there are many pros to living here, such as the efficient public transportation system and delicious cuisine, there are also cons to consider like the language barrier and cultural differences. Ultimately, it is up to each individual to decide if living in Japan is right for them. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell.